This is Goku-san, DBZ, and welcome back to a new game review. I don't have a copy to hold because this is a review for a digital game I have right now. I am getting a physical copy for PS4, but this is a review of the digital copy that actually just came out on eShop for the Nintendo Switch. So this is the Switch version review. And the game is called Dusk Diver. Now, I've been actually excited for quite a while to try out this game. It has a lot of elements of many different games that I've played over the years that gives me sort of resemblance to. First up, the art style presentation of Dusk Diver. It looks excellent. I think the cel shade art style is really nice. And the art style and stuff of the game, the vibes, like the emotion in the art style, the gameplay, reminds me a lot specifically of Jet Set Radio Future / Jet Grind Radio. But other elements of the world and the main protagonist girl you play with in the game reminds me at the same time, elements remind me of another sort of cel shade art style game known as, of course, Gravity Rush, which is a game I love very much so, and I've actually uploaded a full playthrough of course. But eventually, once I get the PS4 version, you can expect HD gameplay to be uploaded. But for a Switch review, as I said, animation style, a lot of elements remind me of both Jet Set Radio Future as well as Gravity Rush are the first two games that come to mind for me personally. And the creatures are unique, to say the least. Creatures. And you go to like this other sort of realm. The battle creatures, sort of like Gravity Rush. But when you teleport to the other world, this spiritual type realm and stuff, face these creatures. Certain things about it remind me of Gravity Rush. Other elements of the game remind me of another little game. Well, two games specifically that come to mind. Persona 5, and also I would say elements from the Fate series of RPGs are what remind me the most, but probably Persona 5 the most specifically. So it's interesting, it has these elements, art style and stuff, presentation of like Gravity Rush, Jet Set Radio, and then the world teleporting of that, but certain other elements when you get to certain parts of the world, fight creatures and boss battles, kind of remind me a little bit of DMC Devil May Cry, strangely enough. But you have to collect stuff, sort of like in Devil May Cry and things like that. The main heroine character, she ends up getting, unfortunately, meeting her friend in the beginning of the game to find a place to eat for lunch and stuff. Now, first I want to say the most interesting thing about this game is it takes place in Taiwan. And fun fact, the game company that developed Dusk Diver also is a Taiwanese-based game developer. This is the very first time I've ever played a Taiwanese video game, so it was definitely cool and refreshing and different. Now, just so you know, if like me you speak and read English, you're gonna have to read everything in subtitles because the only two languages available in the game are Japanese and Chinese, interestingly enough. But you have like 8 or so different languages and subtitles. So, on the bright side. So yeah, there'll be a lot of like stopping, and the video clips, like when you're talking to other characters, you're not like full CG clips or anything, you have to read text. And it shows like their face on screen, sort of like, I guess you could say, some of the Persona games in that aspect. More so than an AR game is what reminds me of now. You end up somehow meeting this like tough male character called Leo. In the other realm, you get teleported with your friend, which both end up knocked out. Get ready to get attacked by these creatures, and you end up he ends up saving you, healing you, but for some reason you end up absorbing his energy And so he ends up turning into a cute, like, little mini lion creature, which kind of felt something like a Pokemon or Digimon to me when he transformed. And yeah, it makes sense, I guess. Name Leo, and ends up his real form is Lion. He's a guardian, along with his boss, just called Boss, which in the regular world slash dimension ends up also, in order to come back to the regular world, you end up wearing this necklace which the boss gives you and allows him to turn back into a regular person. You unfortunately end up getting indebted to him or to her, and you have to do jobs in order to pay off the debt you owe for the special necklace that allows you to become normal again. And which kind of reminds me of certain elements in that aspect, reminds me a little bit of Bleach, but more so specifically, do you know of anything where somebody has to end up repaying over time? Yeah, I do. It's called Orin Host Club High School. Is a certain aspect of that story remind me of that, where basically you're indebted into working and stuff for them, except instead of trying to help Host Club get more members, make more money for the Host Club, in this case you have to beat and defeat creatures and stuff and help save the world in the place. But at the same time, you also have to work at the convenience store as well. It's quite interesting overall. And I like the refreshingness of certain elements. I like how it picked from many different games, strangely enough, I've played. You can tell the influences on these Taiwanese developers. And I think honestly, the game turned out really fun. I'm going to continue playing the game. And I look forward to playing through it a second time later on, once I have a physical. But honestly, I give Dusk Diver, on my grading scale, I give the game an A+. I am actually really impressed at how much I've enjoyed this game. And seriously, if you get a chance, buy this game on the Nintendo Switch, or in the future, it's also coming on the PS4. You can get it, and I think it's also on PC. So, heck, get it. But I highly recommend, if you have a Switch, get it for the Switch. It plays really well, and the combat system is very much of a, I guess you could say, more of a hack and slash type battle system. It's sort of like a action RPG meets Dynasty Warriors. It's the best way to describe the combat system. There's definitely elements in the combat that does remind me somewhat of Gravity Rush, except for the part to be able to float and fly and stuff. You can't do that. But that's fine. The combat system is really fun, and I like as the game progresses, you gain more special abilities and things, and I like that. It's been a while since I've found like a good hack and slash type slash action RPG game. It's been a while since I've found something to like fill in the void from not playing any of the Dynasty Warrior games for a while. If you like anime art style type games, trust me, it's heavily influenced by Japanese anime, even though it's Taiwanese. But seriously, give the game a shot. The game is $39.99, $40 instead of $60 like most AAA games. So, yeah, it's a third less, $20 less than most normal new games. So, I think that makes the game even more appealing. It's more than worth the price, if you ask me. But anyways, that is my review. And yeah, a few bit of spoilers, but most of what I tell you story-wise is in the first hour or so of the game. So there's no real major spoilers. So seriously, leave a comment below. Tell me if you have played Dusk Diver, what's your opinion? If not, as I said, I give it 2 thumbs up. Try it out, and leave a comment and tell me what you think about the game. Anyways, I'll see y'all next time. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel.